What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. The sun is setting, so fingers crossed it's not too dark on the video. And very quick update as well regarding the boxing show that I'm about to do. We were waiting on a venue and we now have a venue. The crazy thing is now that a lot more people are reaching out to me saying they want me to do the show in their venue, right? So when I get back to London, I've got to see 4 or 5 more venues. And I do want this to be the best boxing show out there. Which is why I'm going to go and check every single venue to make sure it's the best venue I can possibly get for free, right? For those of you waiting for phone calls, some of you have already received phone calls. The rest of you will 110% get a phone call. I am going to phone every single body. So if you're at home thinking, shit, I wish I said I was a hardcore fan rather than a casual fan, or, you know, whatever, I don't care. I'm still going to call you because I need everyone. I need casual fans for certain shows. I need hardcore people for certain shows. I need females for certain shows. So I need a mix of everything. I don't just want 4 hardcore boxers on my panel every day. It doesn't make any sense. So you will get a call regardless of where you think you are in your boxing knowledge. All right, let's talk about Pacquiao versus Thurman. It's like a fight that will go down July 20th, I think it is, MGM Grand, Las Vegas. Pacquiao is unbelievable, people. It's getting to this stage now where I can make a firm argument to say Pacquiao is a top 10 fighter of all time, right? Of all time, not of an era or a century, no, of all time, since boxing began. It's getting incredible. How many eras has Pacquiao fought in? Like, how many now? 6, 7? I mean, this guy was a world champion, what, 98, 99? A world champion, 98. Before some of you were born, Pacquiao won his first title at, what, flyweight? So that was 99, I think. And then he didn't have that run against the Mexican gods or greats until 2004-5, so the Barreras, Morales, and Marquez. So he's already had an era before that era. And then he came, so he could have stopped his career after Morales, Barrera, and Marquez and been a Hall of Famer immediately. Like, stop then, Hall of Famer, 2004-5. Carried on, smashed up Oscar De La Hoya, and then went up and beat some of my best welterweights. Beat up Cotto, Hatton, Margarito, Mosley. Then went to another era where he had to fight Bradley, and then Marquez chased him again. And now we get into another era, can you still see my hand here? Where he fought Broner, which was another era, because Broner, that era of Broner is this era right now, really. And now Thurman. I mean, if he beats Thurman and becomes a world champion again, and another thing, I mean, you do get fighters that have long careers. So although I was just doing that, fighters do go through different eras. But I'm telling you now, fighters don't go through eras and become world champions in those eras, and don't go through those eras and been discussed as pound for pound in those eras. He's done that throughout. So it's incredible. It's going to be a great fight with Thurman. It's going to be a great fight. I don't know what Thurman will turn up. I don't even know what Pacquiao will turn up. I mean, Pacquiao against Broner was good, but he was a bit slower, obviously. He's 40 now. And I think the punch power isn't what it used to be, right? The punch power that existed against Hatton and Cotto and Margarito and Oscar De La Hoya, that punch power isn't there anymore. But he can clearly still box. I mean, he outboxed Broner easily, right? Easily, nearly a shutout. So he can still do that. As for Thurman, I am starting to believe, I know he's had injuries and, whoa, that was a big ass B. I am starting to believe that we might have seen the best Thurman against Porter and Garcia, which isn't a bad thing. Not every boxer can go through different eras and be great and go on for years and years, but we might have seen the best Thurman already. I still think there's enough in Thurman to beat Pacquiao, but that's a 50-50 fight. That really is a 50-50 fight, and I think it's an exciting fight for the division. Again, we are starting to see the matchups we want now. We are getting Porter versus Spence, Pacquiao versus Thurman's another one. In an ideal world, we get Danny Garcia versus Crawford, right? That's the ideal 6 I would like to mix up, and maybe Chuck Brook in there. Brook's spoken about Crawford now, so who knows, that could be a matchup as well. But it's a great fight. Both of them come forward. Thurman definitely comes forward. Pacquiao doesn't know how to take a backward step. And again, this fight's more about Pacquiao than Thurman. Thurman, it's a check, right? It's a lottery ticket. It's going to be his highest ever purse. For Pacquiao, I mean, every win now adds to the legacy. And every win, again, puts him in the conversation for top 10 of all time. And people might argue that fact. And I can understand why people will argue the fact. But the problem is, with historians and people that have a lot of boxing knowledge, is that they make it so difficult for people to somehow get in that top 10 or top 5, right? I mean, you've got to fucking, I don't know, do cartwheels in a boxing ring to get in that top 10 or top 5. What does Pacquiao have to do to get a mention? We're talking 70 fights now, 8-weight world champion, 5 of those lineal, which means you are the man. You can't do any more. You can't do any more. So for those historians, especially you, Spencer Thurman, explain to me what Pacquiao can do more to become a top 10. Explain to me. And I might even do a video on my top 10. Not top 10 that I've heard about or read about, top 10 that I've seen, right? So we're talking the last 20 years. And I'm starting to make an argument that Pacquiao, I can't take Pacquiao over Mayweather. I don't know. We'll think about it anyway. But guys, what do you think? Pacquiao, Thurman, who wins? And if Pacquiao does win, and he might win, it's a 50-50 fight, where is Pacquiao in your lofty pound for pound ever conversation? Let me know. Peace.